everyone. This is a special Travel Tuesday edition of Solo Travel Talk. In this episode, Astrid Clements shares a ton of travel safety tips, specially geared to the solo traveler. You are going to learn a lot in this show, and the best part is, this episode really is a preview. The next 2 regular episodes are in-depth, thought-provoking shows totally focused on safety. Astrid knows that safety concerns are a big obstacle that keeps some people from going solo. Let's get to it and hear some tips. Here's Astrid.
Solo travel safety tips that I think are just absolute basic that you can hang your hat on. First of all, choose your transportation wisely. Walk as much as possible and, know where the danger areas are and don't walk in those areas. Arrive at your destination at daylight hours. If you're at a place where you are uncomfortable taking a taxi or whatever, just arrange for a pickup service from the hotel. And I do that a lot now, especially when I'm going to all of these very unusual countries. I always do that. I might, at the end of the trip, take a taxi from the hotel to the airport, but the hotel has gotten the taxi for me. Okay? Use mass transit where it's deemed safe. It's very safe in Singapore. In Paris, you might not feel as safe, especially in certain routes in Paris. That's where a lot of the pickpockets happen. And take as few cabbed rides as possible. Cabs, okay. And there's research done that most of the bad things that happen to travelers are car accidents. So, as few cabs as possible. Second thing, research the culture before traveling to your destination. Very important. You need to know how to dress properly. Wear that fake wedding ring if you're not married. Or if you're married, don't bring your real nice wedding ring. Get a cheap band. Know the cultural do's and don'ts. There are a lot of things that you can accidentally do that you don't think is rude or a come on or whatever that, oh God, will make people, all of a sudden you've got all these problems. And then blend in. Try always to blend in, okay? Next thing is always let someone know your itinerary, your where you're staying, and contact information. Family and friends, they know all your numbers, the address of the hotels, really basically what you're going to do throughout the trip. Very important. Enroll in that STEP program. I have shared this before. It's called the Smart Travelers Enrollment Program. If you're a U.S. citizen, it logs in your itinerary with the U.S. State Department. It gives all contact information. So if you have any kind of problem, you can contact the embassy, or if there's a problem there, whether it's a terrorist issue or some kind of natural disaster, they will alert you what to do. Fabulous service. We're going to do a whole podcast on STEP. Then communicate daily, either text or email. Just shoot some kind of thing, post something on social media. Some people say you shouldn't do social media when you're traveling solo. Do that, with caution, but at least let either your friend or your relatives know that, hey, I'm going to bed, good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow, text you tomorrow, whatever. Then next, be cautious when connecting with someone that you've just met. But people who are too friendly or ask too many questions, like I said, treat people like it's a business deal. Just be very formal. Just listen. Don't say as much. Never share your traveling solo. The first time you can say, well, listen, I got to go meet my husband, or something about your husband or the group you're with, but it's best the husband if you're a female. Then use common sense, basically, when you're getting to know somebody, and, just make sure there are other people around. Don't put yourself in a situation where, it's just you and somebody. That's when just use a lot of common sense that way. Next, drink alcohol wisely. That is one thing that if you allow yourself to do, well, you are definitely putting the risk factor. It's going up. And if you want to do it in your hotel, the hotel bar. If you're not comfortable doing it there, order half a bottle of wine in your room and sit out on the balcony, whatever. And if you do drink too much, here again, ask one of the staff members to have somebody escort you back to your room. Okay? That's the best way to do it. And, it's no big deal. Okay. Then look confident. Don't show your fear or confusion. It's very important if you're feeling this way or starting to get a little out of sorts, just go have a cup of coffee somewhere. Just go eat something. Step back and get yourself recentered and relax. Worst comes to worst, go back to your hotel. Regroup. I've never had to do that, but that's important. Don't let yourself get kind of disoriented or ragged, because that's when things, can go wrong. Plan your daily activities before you start out. Look at your maps, get familiar with the Google, talk to the concierge, kind of know what your transit routes are going to be. Just like anything. If you're going, these are the errands that you have to do today, like at home, think about it like that. Now, and if you're going somewhere you've never been, how am I going to get there? And it's no big deal, but you got to think about it and plan, so do that. Protect your valuables at all times. There are a couple of things with that is, leave your extra money, your computer or, key replacement information, put it all in the safe. When you first get there, put that code in the safe and just stick the stuff in the safe, okay? Then don't travel with anything you can't afford to lose. A lot of people don't think like that. They want to, I'm going to bring this and that. And that. Ugh. If you can't afford to lose it, do not bring it. Because unfortunately, that's what you're going to lose. It happens a lot. Then control your valuables when you're out. Your backpack, your purse. If you're eating at a restaurant or you stop somewhere and you're sitting down, stick your foot in the strap in between the backpack, handles and then your purse. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I do it all the time. Chain your valuables to your body. Don't put them on a chair or on the back of the chair or another chair. Don't do that. Okay, some safety experts even say that carry a fake wallet. If somebody's approached you or trying to, get you to give them money and they're getting aggressive, have a fake wallet where you have an expired credit card and some, a couple of dollar bills or whatever, and just take it out of your purse or your backpack and throw it as far as you can and run. That's what they say. I've never used a fake wallet, but that is a tip. Okay, put your credit cards and your debit cards in a place and your money in another place. You ask me, and also your passport. You ask me about a money belt. A lot of people will put their cash and their passport in their money belt on their body. Okay? Some people put their cash in their socks. A lot of men do that. Some women do it. But it's good to separate that, because if you lose one thing, at least you're not totally without, some assets to get you back to your hotel. Your physical safety tips. Limit the activities you do at night. That's when some bad things can happen. So, I don't go out at night very much. I'm not that kind of person. But sometimes I like to go to the theater, or I want to see something special, a show or whatever. And I will arrange for the concierge to book me the tickets, the table, to book me transportation to the place and back. So I have the whole evening completely safety secured that is from the hotel. Okay? So don't go out at night, or if you feel comfortable walking at night, get back before 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, that's when people start to get, the wrong people are out. There's something that I haven't recommended or mentioned, but I've read this in many places, is they say that for people who are really uncomfortable, especially female travelers, take a self-defense course before you travel. Learn some of the basics of self-defense. And I think that's a great suggestion. I haven't done it yet, but I need to do it, and I'm going to do it. I do think that that is a good suggestion. Also, something I didn't talk about dressing, but it is important, and I forgot this, but your hairstyle, especially in certain countries, ponytails are very bad, and I wear a ponytail all the time. So if I am going somewhere or my hair down, if it's more conservative or what, I will pin my hair up. That they say that people who do things to women will yank on that ponytail or throw them this, that, and other. So think that. Don't be careful with the ponytails. And I hate to say that because I wear one all the time. But remember that. Avoid the bad areas. Ask your concierge. Circle it on your map. Know where it's bad and don't go there. If you're confronted, here again, try to get the person to leave you alone, either with firm language, especially just a few words. Stop. No. Not interested. Whatever. But, if there's something going on, get out of there as fast as you can. Then also, wherever you are, be mindful of the exit signs. I know this sounds and people don't think about it, but in this day and era, you don't ever know when somebody is going to kind of lose it and get upset or have a weapon or something's going to go down. And always look for the exit signs. And my husband's an architect, and I had read something about being safe and how you be, where you sit and all this kind of stuff. So I was trying to ask him questions and trip him up. And I said something about a restaurant. And he said, no, when you're in a restaurant, the first thing you do is you look where the kitchen is. You want to kind of sit close to the kitchen. He said, because if something happens, there's always a back door exit in the kitchen. Very good information. So when you're dining solo and you're in a foreign country and you're thinking about where you want to sit, think about being close to the kitchen. You never know when that will get you out of trouble. And then also, pack an external phone charger. If you have an iPhone or whatever, invariably your phone will go down at 5:30 and you're still doing things until like 7:30 or 8 and you have a dead phone. Bring that extra charger now. And I'm going to wrap up really with just that age-old premise is trust your gut. Listen to that extra voice that you have. If something doesn't feel right, you don't like it, you feel uncomfortable. Some people feel more uncomfortable in certain situations than others. But if you feel uncomfortable, leave. Remove yourself from where you are, okay? But don't get scared. Just leave. Then relax. Get yourself centered again. Be confident. And I tell you, if you just do those few little things like that, stay relaxed. If you don't feel comfortable somewhere, leave. You would do that at home. It's the same kind of thing. But don't get like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let yourself ever get there, because just that feeling or that presence that I'm not scared, a lot of times will save you. That's really all I have to say. And like I told you at the beginning of the podcast, there's so many things to talk about safety. So we're going to do a lot of podcasts about different things with safety.
That does it for this special Travel Tuesday edition of Solo Travel Talk. We hope these safety tips have got you thinking and ready for our full episodes going much deeper into this topic. Be sure to catch Astrid all over social media and at her website, astridtravel.com. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on Solo Travel Talk.